Let's see if we can figure out what word goes in this blank. When a resistor is added into a circuit in series with the other resistors, the total resistance... Let's draw an analogy. Let's say you're breathing through a straw, and then you take another straw and tape it to the end of the first one. This second straw, because it is longer, will have more resistance to breathing through than the straw by itself. This is what happens with regard to resistors in circuits. When you have any resistor and you put a second resistor in series with it, that series combination will have more resistance. This is what we mean by adding elements in series, one right after the other. When a resistor is added into a circuit in parallel with the other resistors, then what happens to the total resistance? Well, let's go back to the straws. That straw has some resistance to breathing through. If you take a second straw and add it in parallel, which would look like this, you know that that would be less resistance to breathing. It would be easier to breathe through that combination of straws than the first straw by itself. So the word that goes in this blank is the total resistance decreases. If you have charge flowing through a resistor, there's some resistance to that charge flow. If you have two resistors that are in parallel, you can see the analogy between that and what we did with the two straws on the left. There is less resistance to charge flow. It's easier for more charge to flow through the bottom circuit than through the top. This is another important point of Castle, that round bulbs have less resistance than long bulbs. Round bulbs have low resistance, long bulbs have a higher resistance. Electric circuits are based on the relationship between three main quantities: electric pressure, or voltage, electrical resistance, and the flow rate of charge, or current. 1. Adding resistors in series increases the resistance perceived by the battery. Adding resistors in parallel decreases the resistance perceived by the battery. And 2. The round bulbs used in the Castle program have low resistance. Long bulbs have a higher resistance.